Peace, family. What's good? It's your man, Ocean the Ghost. We back at it, man. The freedom fight definitely continues. I very much appreciate you for clicking on this video and, just you know what we coming here to do. We coming here to build, man. So, like I said, I appreciate your time very much, man. Now, this topic today is a topic that's inevitable for me to touch on because you know, the ADOS thing is something that I'm very proud to be a part of. And like it's finally people that speaking my language and speaking up for my interests and putting black people first. So I very much appreciate the movement, even though we got people saying it ain't no movement, all that. But whatever. I very much appreciate this movement and appreciate being a part of it. So like I said, the topic is something that we gotta discuss. This thing that's going on in the community. This thing, ADOS versus FBA, or you could go ahead and put the names on it. Antonio Moore and Yvette Cannell versus Tariq Nasheed. Now, I spent the majority of my day today listening to Tariq broadcast on the subject, and I listened to the whole Tariq broadcast, and I also listened to the Yvette Cannell broadcast on the subject, and I even found a little time to listen to Antonio Moore talk about it today. And first off, I want to say that it's definitely not a good look for these people to be going head up against each other. It's like, it seemed to me, I gotta tell the truth, it seemed like it's a vie for power. And it's something that, most of the time when the black community have a chance to get anything going, this is something that always rears its ugly head, and it's something that white supremacy count on for the people who getting the most attention out of this to butt heads and to say, well, you getting more credit for this than I'm getting, and people. At the end of the day, the reason why I fell in love for this movement, because I felt like it was a movement for the people, not a movement to draw a claim to any personal name. Okay, like these three people who I'm speaking on, which I listen to, especially Yvette. I listen to anytime I see Yvette on my timeline, I click on it. I fucks with Yvette the long way on this shit. But that's not gonna make me choose sides. I'm not gonna choose sides on this. We got the heat on. It's like 20 degrees out, so I had a little sweat right there. But I think that it's dangerous for people to choose sides on this one, man, because for the simple fact, that's what we try not to have is dissension in the unit. And we were close to becoming unified, or closer than we ever been. So for an obstacle like this to divert us off of that path, I feel like it's very much uncalled for. Now, like I said, I dedicated my day to listening to Yvette and listening to Tariq, on the back and forth, trying to basically gather each point of view and the evidence that each presented. Like, I just wanted to see where they were coming from, basically. And I must say, excuse me, although I did and I do agree with one side more than the other side, and since we've been totally transparent, I guess I got to tell you because you my people and I fuck with you. I very much agree with Yvette a little bit more than I do Tariq, but that's still not to say that Tariq didn't have valid points in that what he was making. Now, basically, it's coming down to defining exactly what these acronyms are. Now, ADOS, we know what ADOS is, American Descendants of Slavery, but it's not. It's that's clear what that means, but it's not clear what it entails, and that was a one of Tariq's main talking points because he's saying what he's saying, and it is very true that ADOS, the lineage, if you look deeply, which I'm a part of this too, so even though it's true, that don't mean it's wrong. But ADOS, the lineage, is kind of co-opted and kind of cross-referenced with ADOS, the political group. Okay, now first, I never wanted to be in a political group, but I understand that in order for us to, rise up, that's for all my Atlanta Falcon fans out there. I'm out here in the dirty South. I ain't no Falcon fan, so they finally rose up Sunday or whatever. But that's all. This is just in case one of y'all niggas watch my shit. But in order for us to rise up, you know what I mean, to play a pivotal role in society and to extract out of this dominant society what we need in order to ensure that our people can have the right to cohabitat this earth just as much right as anybody else. This movement is going to play a very vital role in learning about politics and, being able to hold a politician accountable and say that this politician actually represents us. So we gotta. If I'm with Yvette Carnell, that we gotta be somewhat of a political organization, man, in order to be players in the game that we so choose to play. This game of life, this game of boosting our people, so that we ain't gotta be the Webster Dictionary picture for struggle. So it gotta be somewhat political. And another point that Yvette made that I that seemed a little bit clear to me. And it's kind of why, I don't really listen to Tariq that much, but I do listen. Don't let me front like I don't listen, but I kind of have to watch it with a side eye because, okay, let me get this straight. Everybody know that we need money in order to survive, but at the end of the day, the vibe that Tariq give off, to me personally, give a fuck if he see it or not. I know his smart ass will try. He probably won't do it to me because I'm a small YouTuber, but I know he dissect your videos and break them down backwards and forwards and try to make you look stupid. But, at the end of the day, it really do feel like the reason that Tariq even, altered the hashtag from ADOS to FBA, which stands for Foundation Black America, because it seemed like that he was trying to figure out his way to monetize the situation. That was a crucial point in what Yvette Carnell was saying. And he also, okay, I'm bouncing back and forth, but I'm trying to remember all this stuff. Now, Tariq, first, now let me go. ADOS, they just had the ADOS conference, I think in August or September, right? I wasn't there last year, but I'll be there this year. I wasn't there this year, but I will be there next year. at the ADOS conference. You can guarantee that. But the ADOS conference, which was headed by Yvette Carnell and Antonio Moore, talk from Tone Talk, also had headliners like, damn, what's my nigga name? The Harvard professor, Doctor. I'm sorry, my brother, if you ever run across this video, 10 years of if you ever run across this video, I'm sorry. Dr. Cornel West was also, in attendance, and also Democratic presidential nominee. What's her name? Elizabeth Warren. She was also there. So, it was a very successful conference. And one of the main reasons that the conference was so successful is because of some of the price points that they had. They weren't trying to beat you over your head. They weren't trying to cash in on you coming to the conference and attaining this knowledge that they got for the world, okay? And so one of the main issues that Antonio and also Yvette had with Tariq is the fact that, first off, they invited Tariq. This shit is some good shit right here, by the way. Well, first, they invited Tariq to the ADOS conference, and they said, he took kind of a road of, let me check my schedule, and never did get back. So, and they all, it's a lot of he say, she say right now, but he didn't deny that they invited him. And also Yvette said that they were willing to let Tariq have a leadership role in the ADOS conference. You can't be the face of the movement, but they did invite Tariq, and Tariq, he chose to opt out of going to the ADOS conference. Only a month or two later to start his, they said what, Kickstart or Indiegogo. He's taking collections or whatever for his own conference, the FBA conference, the Foundation of Black American Conference. Okay, so there was somewhat of a conflict of interest almost. It seemed like that. You know what these people. I said I wasn't gonna take no side, but apparently I'm taking a side right now. So if you fucking with me, you fucking with me. You ain't. It is what it is. But it seemed like a conflict of interest for, if we trying to unify, right? We already got this conference in place. Already we had a successful one this year, and it can only grow and be better next year, and only become a more successful conference next year. So it seemed like a kind of a conflict of interest, and like I said, damn, I need to cash in some kind of way. It seemed like that's kind of Tariq, where he coming from, and just throwing his conference together. I ain't saying that he throwing it together. I'm sure that it's gonna be well laid out in there, and I would very much love to go to the Foundational Black American Conference also too. But it's like Yvette said, these price points that Yvette and Tone push, they were for just normal people. Normal people can go to that. You can make it to the fucking ADOS conference if you normal. If you got just a regular job, you can go. But it's gonna be a more of an expensive trip to go to that FBA conference, and I can't be mad at the brother for want to be on a supreme level with his shit. Like I said, I very much would like to attend the FBA conference next year. I'm not sure if I'm gonna make it or not. I'm sure that I'm gonna make ADOS, because I'm a little bit more of a rider with the ADOS community. These people are People like Yvette Cornell, she came on her shit today and said that she struggles. She drive a fucking 2006, whatever the fuck kind of car. She ain't rich. So this is that's very much the people that we reaching out to. People that got to figure out how the fuck they gonna pay their bills. And so, it's just a more of a, for me, it's just more of a camaraderie there with people that that see themselves more on a common level. Now, I don't know what Tariq think of himself, and I can't, let me see, I think highly of myself. So this is definitely not an attack on Tariq, because you supposed to think highly of yourself, but I see him as less of a man of the people than Yvette Cornell and Antonio Moore. And Tariq was going in today though. When I listened to the shit, now Tariq was going in. He started out saying that he was gonna keep it respectful, and it was not a major thing. There was just a couple of issues that he need to address. But he really, if you watch Tariq, he ended up going in. He said my boy Tone don't have much charisma at all, and it's easy for him to roast them. And they like to bring receipts, so he just went through the video that Tone had put up, and that's a style. I do that style sometimes. That's an easy style to mock somebody. You know what I'm saying? Just take their statements and play and hit pause when you hear a phrase or a word that you can attack out of their statement. So that's quite a common attack that people use. So, but he got down with it. I think he one of the most prolific at that shit. Him and niggas like Sonetta and shit. But so, he was doing his thing. He was very entertaining to his people who need that element of entertainment. But at the end of the day, the shit what ADOS is fighting for, okay, this is nothing to laugh or joke about, okay? This is not, if you are a foundational black, that means you the same fucking thing as ADOS. So it ain't no time for dissension right now. It ain't no time for nobody ego to swell up. All damn, they ain't recognizing me. That's the same shit you said about Umar Johnson on one of your Hidden Colors DVDs. So, it's like the pot calling the kettle black. And I heard the main thing what made me take a stance and say that Tariq, might be a little bit full of shit on this is for the simple fact that when I watched that video, now trust me, I come into this shit neutral, Jack. Do you understand me? I'm neutral on the shit, but it's like the whole time, more than 7 or 8 times I heard Tariq say, I don't want no credit for this shit. But every time I heard him say it, it was right after he was taking credit for some shit. To the point when I heard it so many times, I'm like, I posted this shit on Facebook. Matter of fact, I left a comment on this shit. That's what I did. I left a comment on this shit. I was like, damn, this nigga, every time right after he takes some credit for some shit, he say, I don't want no credit for some shit. And I know it was validated because somebody liked this shit. Even though, there I go, being a social media idiot to why somebody liked it. We ain't not here for no likes and no motherfucking subscribes and no shares. Even though you should stop right now, like, subscribe, and share my shit to help me get my message out if you agree with it. But that ain't what it's about. But that's what the same thing I'm saying about Tariq. It ain't always got to be about you, bro. You ain't always got to be in the forefront for the shit to be positive and for the shit to be successful. So it like, I'm over here on this side with my shit. Like I knew before I started talking on this video that I very much agreed with Yvette Cornell more than I agreed with Tariq. But I told my partner that I was speaking with earlier, I don't think necessarily is helpful for me to come out and take sides on this shit, because the foundation, what we trying to build, what Professor Black Truth and Jason Black and Yvette Cornell and Tone Talks and Tariq and many more who probably ain't on such a big scale, but the foundation that we trying to build is already shaky, man. You know, we not even through building the foundation in order to build on top of it. So if the building that we building already come under attack before we even build a foundation, you know, I don't want to play a role in that, man. I want to play a role in building my people up. So if I gotta swallow my ego, I'm Tariq or Tone or Yvette. If I gotta swallow my ego and sacrifice that in order for the betterment of the people, then that's where the fuck I'm at with it. But I guess it's easy to be humble from this seat what I'm sitting in right now. But, you know, but I know that, you know, it's not time for that. It's not time for the power structure to be. And see, that's why I agree with, like I said, Tariq had a lot of great points. And that is why I do agree with the Tariq said, and I think I even, matter of fact, I'm sure I did. I heard Tariq say this before. And it inclined me to make a video. So that's why I want you to know that I'm not hating on Tariq, or even if this nigga ever see the shit, I'm not hating on you, bro. Yeah, I heard you make a statement, and I had to go home and do a video about it. And you said that this shit is a leaderless movement. And I can dig that, because for the simple fact, once you put a leader on it, then white supremacy got a target to lock in on. So this is not an attack, man. This is to tell my people that we need each other, man. I think we'll be a much fucking stronger movement if Yvette, Tone, and Tariq was involved in it. I don't know the logistics of how to put them three niggas together to make some shit happen. I don't know how to do that. But I know I need to come on here and speak my mind. And if they never hear it, at least I'm putting my energy toward the productivity. Understand? Let's be productive and let's be proactive. And we got enough enemies. We got enough enemies in white supremacy. We got enough bootlicks and motherfucking sellouts and Uncle Toms already. We don't need no enemies inside the camp, man. So I don't know. I can't tell y'all niggas to have no kumbaya moment and work it out or none of that shit. But I can say, let's not attack motherfucking ADOS or FBA, nigga. Can you thumbs up or say hell yeah or something right there if you feel the same way? Let's not attack ADOS or FBA, nigga. We got plenty of motherfucking people that need to be dealt with before you feel like you got to take it upon yourself to deal with somebody inside the group. So it's really shameful and dreadful that either one of y'all felt like y'all had to make a video addressing the other. And I don't, you know, who gives a fuck who started, who threw the first dart? I don't care at this point, because the survival of my people for the next 500 years is more important. The empowerment of my people is more important. The motherfucking reparations will start with a check, but don't end with a check, is definitely more important than people inside the movement tearing each other down, man. That's nothing that I'm gonna ever co-sign for. I kind of leaned on the side of Yvette Cornell and this shit, but I still came on here to say that that's not shit that we need, man. And I also want to say that this nigga Tariq is a very powerful nigga, Yvette Cornell. So I wouldn't just cancel this nigga Tariq or attempt to, or either way it go, I wouldn't put all my momentum canceling these people out when they can be vital fucking allies, and they are natural allies because we born to the same fucking group. We born to this shit. And you going, this shit is some shit straight out the motherfucking Willie Lynch theory, nigga. Whatever the fuck, when he came down over here from wherever the fuck he came from with a solid ass plan to keep niggas divided for 1,000 years, and it's going on 300 or 400, and with this type of activity, it's gonna make it 1,000 plus another 1,000. So we don't need that shit. Read the Willie Lynch. I ain't got time to tell you everything the nigga said, but if you want to know some real shit, if you ever want to know about a genius motherfucker, or a smart motherfucker, or a prophetic motherfucker, he ain't no black man. Willie Lynch. Cause the motherfucker laid it out. He said if you do this, if you separate them in all these different ways, young and old, light and dark, fat and skinny, whatever, they will be separated for 1,000 years. And this shit, the nigga is showing up right here in 2019 and got Yvette Cornell and Tone Talk in a motherfucking online dispute with Tariq Nasheed, and they three leaders that people is out here looking toward for guidance. So you got niggas. So now you this shit got a possibility. I'm glad I don't read comments because I might be goddamn in my feelings right now. But this shit got a possibility to cause so much, you know what I'm saying, dissension in the movement, bro, for the simple fact, when you prominent like that in the black community, nigga, if somebody riding with you, they riding with you. So that means if they riding to get somebody, if you riding to get somebody, they riding to get somebody. So now you got the potential. It's sad, bro. It's sad. Now you got the potential that all of these people who could fit in the same criteria, whether it be FBA or ADOS, they fit in the same criteria. They can, both of the group is one fucking group, but you gonna have a critical mass that's gonna say they feel they fucking with Tariq, so fuck what Yvette said, and you gonna have a critical mass that say, well, I'm fucking with Yvette and Tone, fuck what Tariq said. And all the work that y'all niggas been doing for 10 years, or however the fuck long you been on YouTube talking your shit, building this shit up to a point where we got reparations on the motherfucking table. One of the Democratic nominees, that's the shit where she plan on running on. That's the shit where she trying to get her vote on. Now, me and you all know that she trying to trick her, cause the price tag is not 500 billion, but it's 17 trillion. But you got to understand, it's a copycat lead. And once the Democrats see that we not showing up until it's really time for us to show up, somebody gonna put that plan together. But all the work that we done did up until this point to gather this critical mass, you taking a risk and separating them all over again. You know, y'all the smart ass people, y'all know that the black man and the black woman, this is volatile. You know that we can you know we waver with the wind. You know this. Y'all smart enough to know this, and y'all smart enough to be leaders and not come on here and act out of emotion when you know you got motherfuckers looking to you for guidance. That's why I'm so upset with everybody that's involved. Shit has got Willie Lynch, man. Willie Lynch showed up right here in 2019, headed to 2020, when we got a chance to take our power back. You got niggas fighting over the power before we even acquire it. I tried to come up with a fancy word. I couldn't get it, so I said acquired, nigga. But yeah, man, this shit is atrocious to me, home. You know that this. I take talking points and you know what I'm saying, from both of these people, or all three of these people. respect the fuck out of Tone Talk. Tone Talk is this nigga. This nigga made me show me that they owe us $17 trillion. See, Tone, when you fucking with Tone, Tone is the visual aspect of this shit. Tone gonna show you a graph that show you that, nigga, black folks is this many of us in the country, and we got not the right amount of proportion of wealth, and he gonna break all that shit down, and white folk got 90% of it. Tone got that shit. You need to listen to Tone. I fuck with Tone. I fuck with Tariq. Tariq coming at you with Tariq coming at you with a little bit of that arrogant attitude that we gonna have to know that that's why I just, thank you, big guy. I love when the big guy show me shit in the middle of me trying to figure out some shit. But thank you. But Tariq, see, we got to have a little bit of that edge what Tariq got on him. Or maybe even a lot of it. First off, we need that confidence in ourselves to be able to make any kind of move in a hostile environment. But second is because they gonna see us coming, and they know they gotta respect this shit. You gotta respect our mind. That's what Tariq bring to the table. You gotta respect my mind. Know you see me, and you got to respect my mind. That's what Tariq bring to the table. And Yvette, I love Yvette, man. I never met Yvette before, but I love Yvette because Yvette pouring her heart into whatever she podcasting that night, and it's something for the empowerment of us. You might not agree with it. I might not agree with it, but I know that it's coming from her heart for the empowerment of her people, man. So that's why the fuck I love Yvette. So I don't want to see these three people at odds or whatever. I don't want to see this side at odds with that side. That ain't what I want. That ain't what I joined this movement for. I joined this movement because I thought it's so many weirdo ass niggas out here that I cannot associate myself with and stay sane because they don't see the same shit that I see. But it's a group of niggas that's calling themselves ADOS. They see what the fuck I see, and they living in the same world I'm living in, and they know that them motherfuckers owe us something, and we coming to take it. That's why I joined this fucking shit. Not for before the shit even get, and I'm not before the shit even get off the ground, that people that we looking to for guidance already bumping head. We know it coming sooner or later, but before the movement even get off the ground, that's not good, family. That's not good at all, family. That's not good at all, family. And you know, it's dreadful, man. It's dreadful, man. And I'm ashamed. I'm ashamed at some of the role that these people playing, man. When you know that people will go off of your word. I heard the nigga Tariq say, see that, you know, Tariq, I heard you say it. You said that you go viral once a week. You said it. And I know you do. So you know that you got motherfuckers willing to go whatever way you go. So you know that you got a chance of tearing this shit. We supposed to be sewing this fabric together, bro, not tearing it apart, Tariq. Man, this shit is deep, man. This shit is something that you know, it's bothering me for me to even come on here and address it with my people like this, man. But I'm pretty much sure you see where I'm at with my shit, man. This is not the reason. This is not the movement that I joined that could be tore apart before it even got started. So, you know, let's just try to move forward with this shit, man. You know, ADOS, FBA, whichever part of it that you call yourself, whichever acronym that you use, just know if you use either one of those acronyms, then you might as well be using the other one, okay? If you FBA, you ADOS. If you ADOS, you FBA. Ain't no difference in it, cause your ancestor came from the killing field, man. So we gotta It'll never be all harmony. Nothing in life is all harmonic, but we gotta try hard to, we gotta court this relationship that we got with each other, man. We gotta treat this relationship like it's life or death, that you know what I'm saying, we can lean on each other. Cause we know damn well we can't lean on them. You know fucking well you coming for something that they been had for 500 years, they power. We coming for it. We can't lean on them. We got to be able to lean on each other, man. We got to be able to lean on each other, man. So Tariq, Antonio Moore, Yvette Cornell, man, y'all, I'm looking toward y'all for leadership. So I need y'all to get y'all shit together, man. Whether you want to be a leader or not, Tariq, niggas is looking at you for leadership. Somebody tag this nigga. Whether you want to be a leader or not, nigga, you done thrust yourself into this position. So don't try to wiggle out the responsibilities and hold your fucking self accountable. You know how to hold everybody else accountable. Hold your goddamn self accountable, nigga. And they go for Tone and Yvette. I tag all three of them niggas. I swear I pray to the heavens that all three of y'all niggas get this video. Tag them niggas, man. I'm out, man. Like, subscribe, share my shit.